Girl, I'm hallucinating for your loving, groundbreaking. Sometime, girl, we be relating.
Hello guys, we are back again. This is the two Siemens. I and my wife. We are here to bring new stuff on the table, and today is going to be a special one. Before I begin or introduce the topic of today, I thank everybody that's been watching our previous videos and those who subscribed, those who commented. Thank you so much and big up to you guys. Today the topic is submission. And this will be very interesting for those who are in intimate relationship, I mean marriage, engagement, and serious relationship, couples who have goals of taking things more serious. So the topic is submission, and we'll be looking at it from a biblical point of view.
Both sides.
And we're going to read from the Bible, from the book of Peter.
Yeah. First Peter 3. So we start from 1.
Yeah, so we're reading from the book of First Peter, chapter 3, from verse 1 to verse 7. So it says, "Wives, in the same way, be submissive to your husband, so that if any of them do not believe the word, they may be won over without words by the behavior of their wives. When they see the purity and the reverence of your lives, your beauty should not come from outward ornament, such as braided hair, the wearing of gold jewelries, and fine clothes. Instead, it should be that of an inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of a great worth in God's sight. For this is the way the holy women of the past who put their hope in God used to make themselves beautiful. They were submissive to their own husband, like Sarah, who obeyed Abraham and called him her master. You are her daughters if you do not do what is right and do not give way to fear. Husbands, in the same way, be considerate as you live with your wives, and treat them with respect as the weaker partner, as heirs with you of the gracious gift of life, so that nothing will hinder your prayers." So we are reading from the book of First Peter chapter 3. It's talking about submission, wives submitting to their husbands, and husbands showing love and respect and consideration to their wives. So first on, I'll let the floor for my wife to say something and discern on this word and try to break it down to her understanding. What do you understand from this verse? Why would you?
I'll just talk, I think in general, from this verse. It says, the third verse, which is, do not let your adornment be external, like your beauty, the external beauty. The beauty is the inner part. We women, we think sometimes it's being beautiful, it's the out thing, but the big part of it, it's the inside, because you can be beautiful, you can be, looking amazing, but when your behavior is bad, then basically you're nothing, basically something, we have to, our value is the inner part. The inner part is the most important one. So this, the verse is saying that it's not the way we make our hair, or the way we are dressing, or the way we put jewelry that says that we are beautiful, but the beautiful part is the inner part one. Respectful, loving, loving your husband, respect your husband. Submitting, it doesn't mean that your man should, be, okay, he is the father, of everybody in the house, of course, yes. But submitting to him is like you give him the respect that he deserves, understand? You give him a respect, you show him love, understand? You are humble, you understand your man, in time of trouble, you try to communicate, you try to talk things out, be wise, That's the beauty, actually. That's the beauty that I'm talking about. Know how to keep your home. And now that's the beauty. You know, the beauty is not this, the way I put my makeup and I look amazing. No, the beauty is that one. How do I behave? Am I mature? Do I know how to keep my home? Understand? Now that's the beauty this verse is talking about. So yeah, submitting. We need to submit on our husband, respect them, give them love. You know, not to fight. You know, with them in terms of travel, or sometimes we misunderstand. You know, we can misunderstand each other, but how do we talk? How do we communicate? How do we come back? You know, and try to talk to each other. How do I show love? How do I go down and say, you know what, my husband, there's this and that. Understand? Now that's submission. It's not that a man should walk on my head or something bigger. Let me just say, but in all submitting is showing respect, love your husband, be there, keep your home, pray for your husband, pray for your family. You know, that's how we submit. That's what I understand from this verse that we read. So the beauty is that everything that a woman can do, to keep her home. As in our previous video, I said that women's are like soldier. They keep their home. Understand? Keep our home. So yeah, that's part of the beauty. The way we keep our home defines how our home will stand. Understand how long it will take us to be, into this our marriage or something. Yes. So I think that's what it is. Maybe you can, talk more about it. Yeah.
I think it's interesting how you broke it down on you highlighted on having beauty, the inner beauty, and I would like to also say something based on this subsection of the whole thing. These days, we see women taken up by the worldly things, where we see the women are have put more focus on the external and not the internal, which is and yet the internal is, like you say, it's what keeps, it's the foundation of determining whether the relationship will last or not. So the outside appearance is more temporary. It's more like, the first time, my wife is looking good, but then when you start living together, it's the inside beauty now that plays part.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. I like the way you try to talk about these two kind of beauty, and I think I'll appeal to many women and girls out there to shift, not to shift, but then to balance their focus on these two things, because when you focus on 100% on one thing, you end up losing the other. So it's very important that women now start to get back to understanding on how I should behave, how should I handle my husband, how should I treat him, those kind of things. It's not always about how should I present my outside appearance to him, So it's very important. And the other thing also I like from this verse that I would like to highlight is it's about this part where it says, "Husband, in the same way, be considerate as you live with your wives. Treat them with respect as the weaker partner, as the heirs with you of the gracious gift of life, so that nothing will hinder your prayers." This verse shows me how much women have power than men. Because if God could say or could tell women to submit to their husband, submission is more like, I have this, my power, but I give it to you so that you can lead. You understand? So it shows that women have too much power, that they have to share some with the husband to complete the husband's power, so that the husband could be able to lead. If men had more power, I think God would say, men, submit your wives. But then, because now women have many responsibility to carry a baby for 9 months and all that. So it says that women should submit. Give your power, so that your too much power should not, complicate things in a house, so the husband could lead the home. It's very powerful. And the other power that I would like to expose in this verse that women have is, it says, husband, if you do not respect your wives and treat them with respect, or if you mistreat them, your prayers will be hindered. That's the power.
That means God won't hear your prayer.
Exactly. So basically, for me, for my prayer as a husband to be heard by God, I need first of all to respect my wife, and treat my wife with respect. So this shows a lot of things, because there are many marriages and many relationships. Since a man met his wife, nothing is going forward. He's trying his business, it's not going forward. He's trying to start a new project. Nothing is moving forward. The economy is going down, and then men start complaining. Oh, this woman came with bad luck and all that. But the fact that, ask yourself as a man, am I respecting my wife? Am I being faithful? Am I treating her with respect? Because you can getting a woman is one thing. Based on this, I'm trying to just explain here. Getting a woman is one thing, but then respecting and treating her how she deserves to be treated is something else.
Yeah, that's true.
So the question is, ask yourself as a man, why are things not going well? I'm praying to God and this, God is not answering my prayer. Maybe you're not treating your woman well. Maybe you're not respecting your wife. So that's something that I think it's interesting in this verse.
Yes, it is.
And the other thing that I would like to point out from the verse is focus. I'm going back to focus. Men, we have focused on the traditional understanding of, or the biblical understanding. I would say that women should submit, the man is the head, but to be a head, you're actually a servant. Because being a leader, you are serving. The rest are there just waiting, and you're serving. So being a leader doesn't make you greater or superior, but it makes you a servant for the people that gave you their power. Like I said, the woman gives the power to the husband, and then the husband becomes the leader. So without the woman submitting, the husband doesn't become a leader, and without the man treating the woman with respect, he doesn't become a leader.
Exactly.
Understand? So it's a two-way thing here that determines the marriage and determines the position that each take. So it's very interesting. I would like to appeal to men out there that we are leaders of the family, the head of the family, very good. But submission does not mean that your woman becomes nothing in front of you. Remember, for you to be the head of the family, the woman has to give you her power to submit to you. So do not feel like you are the superior. Your woman is a subordinate, or your woman is nothing. She has nothing to say in front of you. This is totally wrong, based on the biblical understanding, and it's very, very, very bad, because your prayer as a man will not be heard by God, and your submission means that you are the head and you are the servant of the family. You are there to serve your wife, you are there to serve your children, and the woman is there to submit. And when your woman is submitting, means she's always giving you her power, always. By submitting, it means she's sharing her power always. That's why sometimes when things are not going right, you have to go back to your woman, ask your woman, please, what should I do here? What should I be doing there? So she can contribute, because she's the one that completes you as a man. So maybe that's all I wanted to say.
Okay,
What do you want to say?
yeah. Just
What-
wanted to say that my husband really highlighted everything well to you. But what I'll say is that though women, we have power, we push our men, up. We, like he said, that women have power. Like if there's something wrong, you have to come back maybe to your wife and ask her what's going on. Is everything okay? Did I do this right? Is this how it's supposed to go? Am I, walking in the same, walking in the good way, good path? It's good, understand? And we two women, we shouldn't take that and use it against our man. Sometimes we break them by using that. When we try to step on them, since I'm the woman, I have to pray for you, you start mistreating or, do bad things to your man, not treating him as the way he deserves. You are, breaking him. How do you say you demean?
You're
pulling that person
minimizing.
Yes, you're minimizing him. The more you give your husband power, the more both of you become stronger. That's what I would say. Yeah.
And the more the husband does not abuse the power, the more you become stronger. So, like I said, it's a two-way thing.
Yeah.
You complete each other, and for you to be well established and firm in your position as the man, and for you to be well established as a wife, you need to do what is required based on the book of 1 Peter chapter 3. So it's very interesting, and this is all we wanted to share. And please comment, give us your opinion. Your opinions are more welcome. If this is more educative, it doesn't mean whatever we say is the most correct. Maybe we are wrong somewhere, and we need to discuss so we can have a common ground as a children of God, and as a family, and as a friend. So thank you so much for listening, and have a blessed week ahead. Ciao. Bye bye.